I own a transport company. We're engaged in transportation for schools and hotels. In the morning, we heard that the earthquake had happened. I was asked to help, and I immediately began to act. First, I sent a bus to Malatya, then I sent a bus to Antep and waited for them to arrive. The first vehicle was supposed to get there in 8 hours, but there was a huge column pillar, strange heavy traffic, and water was flowing on the roads. So the way which was supposed to take 8 hours took 14 to 15 hours. Of course, the vehicles we sent from here carried basic necessities. I mean, they transported food and clothes. The situation on that first day was extremely tense because all of us were unprepared. No one had anything in the situation. On the first day, there was nothing to eat because of the chaos, due to the fact that it took trucks and humanitarian aid vehicles some time to get there. There was a shortage of bread and food, but on the second day, with the help of our government, people and the whole world mobilized. After all, this is an emergency situation. Although I'm a very cool-headed person, I still get goosebumps. I was there at 2 a.m. It was dark everywhere. There was no electricity anywhere. Only bulldozers were working in places where there were work crews, and generators were working where the diggers were working. Imagine a city. Everything is destroyed like Domino's knuckles. You know there are people underneath, and you can't do anything. I never felt such pain before. Fires are burning everywhere. People are sitting by the fires. Soldiers are walking around with rifles. They're looters. Houses are destroyed. When the breeze blows, you smell dead bodies, corpses. Someone is having a nervous breakdown. I can't describe to you what's happening here. It's so scary, and Judgment Day will be even scarier. I have no relatives there. I have no close ones there, but being human means a lot. I had to take a rest for 2 hours. When I left for the night, I was supposed to sleep for 2 hours and come back 3 hours later. I was supposed to leave around 8 in the morning, but I didn't have courage to look at it in the morning because my heart couldn't stand it. I left right away and picked up my passengers at 5. Yeah, that's right. Seeing that and experiencing those feelings, I can't imagine the psyche of someone going through those moments. You know, I just have no words. I can barely keep from crying. I mean, it's really hard. We're hosting 200 guests here. Imagine their situation, the situation of these kids. I mean, we're having a simple conversation, not an interview. I mean the kids. You go to bed in the evening to go to work, to school in the morning, and you wake up in the morning and you see that there's no mother, no father, no child. And if a person is rescued, he's not happy about his survival. He says, "Oh God, take my life and let me go. What shall I do?" He says, "I've lost my children." Or a child is rescued and he's looking for his parents in the ruins. It's very bad. God forbid anybody. It's a very painful situation. The state has nothing to do with it. People are not cruel here. So much help has been sent and so much help has been received. But if there were only one such city, we would have rebuilt it today. But the earthquake that happened in 10 different provinces at the same time left everyone helpless, and movements on the roads were also problematic. I saw with my own eyes that foreigners helped as much as they could after the earthquake in the southeast and eastern Anatolia. At least as much as the Turks did, as much as the people of that region. And I'm very grateful to them. I say this on behalf of my country. I say this because I witnessed it myself. Thank you so much. I'm glad we have friendly countries like you. I'm glad we live with people like you. I'm glad we share this life with people like you. I mean, I'm very proud. I don't know much about the construction business because it's not my profession. But as far as I can tell from the outside, We can take Japan as an example today. Japan is an earthquake zone, and earth tremors happen every day. Despite this, not a single building has collapsed. Today, if in a city with only 500 buildings, 300 of them collapse, it means there's a serious infrastructure problem. No building should be built on the land that hasn't been inspected for unsuitability for construction on that ground. Nowadays, actually, people don't think about taking precautions in favor of their comfort until something bad happens to them. Of course, after what I have seen, now I'm not like I used to be. I'm not looking for someone to blame. The past is gone. We have to look forward. Good days await us. God willing, it will be better. There's so much I want to say that there aren't enough words. But I think that if everyone lives caring about the life of all living beings in mind, then everything will be resolved. I mean, if we leave behind materialism and profit, all that, and strive to preserve the life of the living being, I think we'll end up in a totally different world.